Hey everyone, it's Jennifer. So welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a review on my new toaster oven. It's actually I think it's considered to be a countertop oven. It's an air fryer as well, and it replaces the Americana Collection 3-in-1 that I was using temporarily. If you get a chance, go back and look at that video. That thing is a POS. Please do not purchase it unless you really want to have it as a fire starter. It's probably perfect for that. If you feel like you really need to have a fire in your kitchen, that would be the thing to buy. Before that, I had the Aldi brand Ambiano toaster oven, and I don't know if I abused it or it just was not a good. It was just not a good toaster oven, but I burned it out in 2 years. Um, Luckily, I still made it within the warranty time frame. Um, just to let you know, if you buy one of the Ambiano brands, the company who warranties it will make you cut the cord, take a picture, and send it to them before they will send you the refund, and they mail it. So just a little heads up. If you want to know any more about that, just feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will tell you about my experience with the warranty company associated with the Aldi brand Ambiano. So today it's going to be this. This is my new one. Had I known about this, honestly, I would have purchased this years ago. I would have purchased this before I purchased the Aldi one. The Aldi one was $50, which is a great price for a toaster oven. Nothing fancy. This one, though, I bought at Bin Mania. Just another reason for you to go. It's going to be hard to show you because I don't know that I can really put it down. But if you look at that, it was $150. And then it was 75% off. That's right. It was $37.50. This thing cost me $37.50. It's amazing. Just amazing. The price is great. This is great. If you have one in your area, I ask you to go check it out. You will save so much money. So this cost me $37.50. It was out of box, but all of the trays, the inserts in here were in it, and it came with the manual as well. So I was going to start with the outside first, but I'll just start with the inside first so you can see. First of all, check this out. Ta-da! There's a light. I know, it seems so simple, right? But what a difference this has made. So instead of having to open up the door to check my food, I just turn the light on like a normal oven. This literally is more like a countertop oven than a toaster oven. So you can see basically inside there that contains the trays. I wanted to put those in there for you so you could see what you get with it. I normally do not keep these in them, and I keep them clean, except that black one has a little bit of crumbs on it. Oopsie. But you can see it comes with an internal light bulb. So there's a light bulb. It comes with an air fryer tray, as you can see right here. It comes with a rack. I don't know. I use this for toast. Or if I make homemade pizzas, I use naan and I just put it straight onto the rack, and I love it. And then this is what I guess would be a roasting pan. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't really roast much of anything. Sometimes vegetables, but normally I don't use this because it's black. It attracts the heat and it has a tendency to burn things. At least that's what I found out about a week ago when I cooked something on it. Yeah, not a good idea. It's too intense. But it comes with those 3 different inserts. It has the light bulb inside, and then this is going to be extremely difficult to show you. I'll see what I can do. But above, okay, well, that's probably about the best view I'm going to get. If you look above the air fryer tray, you'll notice that there are 4. They're not burners. It's not coming to me, but you know what I'm talking about. That's where the heat comes from. And then above that is a giant fan to circulate the air. It's unbelievable how strong it is. So if you will bear with me for a second, I will turn it on so you can hear it. Oh, you know what? That's one of the other features I really like about this. When the door is open, the fan turns off. Sorry, I'll just shut the door so you can see it. But that's a really neat feature. That way it's not blowing all the hot air out. See, they were thinking on this one. So I'm going to turn this off really quickly. But yeah, that's a really cool feature. I'm glad that actually that did that, so I would tell you. But there's a giant fan up in the ceiling, and on the ceiling of this, and it's true. When you open up the door, it stops, and when you shut the door, it comes back on. Genius! I love this so much. Below, it doesn't come with this. This is a copper liner. If you haven't checked into these, I definitely would. This is, it's a copper liner. You can use it for roasting, grilling. I use it as a liner on the bottom of this in the crumb tray so I don't have such a mess. But they do warn you against using aluminum foil. So you can't use aluminum foil, but you can use these little copper inserts. If you'd like to know what those are about, just leave me a comment below and I'll make sure and link it. So just so you can kind of see. It looks gross because it's doing its job. It's keeping the crumb tray clean. So here's the crumb tray. And then there's the little copper insert. It's a copper mesh. I love these. These are awesome. You can get these online. You can get them at a big box store. It is really difficult to put this back in with one hand. I'll do my best. So I'll move to the outside of this. I love this thing so much. If you have the opportunity to buy one of these, I definitely would. I was in a store last week in the clearance section, and they had something very similar to this one, but this is the Elite Gourmet. That is the brand. The one I saw in the big box store on clearance was a Cuisinart one, and this one I think is probably a knockoff of it because Cuisinart is usually cutting edge. This looks so much like that, but this again was $37.50, and that Cuisinart at the big box store that starts with a W, you know what I'm talking about. That one was $132. So, like I said, if you get a chance to go to your local bin mania, this is not the $7 or the $5. It's not in the bins. It's on the shelves. Totally worth it. So you can see what's going on here. My phone does not autofocus, so please bear with me if it gets a little blurry, and I'll try to make sure to clear it up. But there's the power button on the left, obviously. And then here is where you control how much time you use. The funny thing is it goes up to 120, I don't know if you can see it, it goes up to 120 minutes. But I swear to you, on the back of this, it says not to use it for longer than 60 minutes over a 2-hour period. What? I bake bread, and sometimes it takes a while. So that's the only drawback that I can tell you that I really see with this. But it has the timer. You have to turn it, obviously, turn it to 20 your desired time. So that's simple. You just turn it to 20 right there. And then turn it past 20 and then turn it back to where you want. There are the toast icons. I think it's really funny that the longest time is white and the shortest time is black, or I guess in this case, the shortest time is white, but it means like it's untoasted. And then the longest, do you know what I mean? Like this right here is the longest time, but it's showing you like a piece of untoasted bread. And yet the shortest time shows you a piece of blackened bread. I think it's just funny. It looks like it's backwards. And then over here are the functions for this. I have far more functions on this toaster than my last one. And what I really, really love is you have broil with convection, you have toast with convection, and my last one only had bake with convection, which right there, which is awesome. But to have it on toasting and broiling, it's amazing. And then it of course has the air fry option. I have never had an air fryer, and it is literally life changing. It's food changing. It's fast. I am so impressed with how quickly it cooks things evenly, quickly. I make tater tots in here. You know, all the foods you really shouldn't eat but are super delicious air fried. Tater tots, French fries. I eat vegetarian chicken. It's delicious in here. I have had such, I'm just so impressed with this. So you have broil with convection, broil, toast with convection, bake with convection, bake, and then air fry. And then there's two separate buttons. I want to show you these together. So there's an air fryer temp and there's an oven temp. They do not control each other, kind of like you would think. right? So when you use the air fryer button here, so trying not to move you around too much. So if I click it over to air fry, it will correspond, air fry corresponds with air fryer temperature. It's a no-brainer, right? And then if you click it over to anything else, it's considered to be the oven temp. So if I clicked it on bake convection, then it would match with the oven temp. Now, I don't know exactly how I did it, but one night somehow I got it confused. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention. They don't control each other, so that's not the problem. But I ended up burning what was in there. So maybe I just put my air fryer temperature on too high. Speaking of which, it goes from, because you can dehydrate food. You can dehydrate food. You can dehydrate food pretty much in any oven, so I don't really think that's a big feature. It goes down, it's really hard to see this. I don't know if I can get a good angle, but it goes down to, well, I think that's the best I'm going to be able to do. 200 is the lowest temperature, and then 450 is the highest temperature. And that is true with both of these. So what I do to try to make sure that I don't burn my food is I keep them both at the same temperature. And it's about 350 degrees. This does have a hot spot. I was being stubborn when I made muffins in it, and I did not rotate them around and move them from shelf to shelf or rack to rack. The back one's got a little toasty. So it definitely has a hot spot in the back left. My last toaster oven had that too. Maybe they just make them like that. I don't know. And then the last button is the lamp button. I don't know why they call it a lamp and they don't call it a light. I think it's kind of funny. It's just a simple button, on, off, no big whoop, just a button. And then I think I will, so you can see, I have it on bake and convection. I have it on the 350, which is usually where I have it. So I'm going to go over here really quickly so you can see. I turn it past 20. Power light comes on. And if you listen, you can hear the fan come on. Sometimes it sounds like a plane taking off or getting ready to take off. And then earlier today, it sounded like a gigantic cat purring. So I think it just depends on what's going on. But I turned it on there and you can hear it starting. I don't know if you can see it from out here. I don't think so. But that's basically what it looks like. And then I'll see if I can... See? Isn't that awesome? There you go. Now we're getting started back up again. I think it's genius. This is so far beyond what I had before this. I'm not talking about that Americana POS that I used temporarily. That was an act of desperation. But my Ambiano one, I thought it pretty much hung the moon. It was great. It was so much better than the one I'd had prior to that. So this one is so many steps above my last one. I feel like, well, I feel kind of elite with my little Elite Gourmet, not to be silly, but I do. I feel like this is just, it's changed the way that I've cooked. It's changed the way, I think the biggest thing to tell you is, look how clean the door is. I am not a good housekeeper. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a great housekeeper. I'm not. I have other things to do besides, constantly clean. I want to get outside when we have nice weather, which is rare. But the reason I bring it up is I have been working really hard to keep this one clean, but it's been so easy because you don't have to use any oil for vegetables, French fries, whatever, because you don't have to use any oil. It doesn't splatter on the top of it and it doesn't splatter on the door. My last one was embarrassing. By the time I ended up dumping it out, you could barely see through the door. There was so much grease spattered on the inside and outside, and it was pretty horrible. This one is just super easy to keep clean. After I'm done cooking anything, I just make sure that I clean everything immediately, which is so unlike me and so Martha Stewart of me to do. But I clean everything down, the door on the inside, the door on the outside. I'm going to turn that off. I clean everything right after I use it, or as soon as I can after I use it, because I promised myself that I would take very good care of this. And it's just so easy. There's no grease spattered on the sides. There's no grease on the top. The only thing I have is down below on that little copper insert I showed you. Sometimes stuff drips down a little bit, and that's okay because it's dripping on that. Those little copper inserts are dishwasher washable. You can wash them by hand, and they're recyclable. So something to keep in mind. So that's what I have. Got this at Bin Mania. It was $37.50. It was well worth that money. I don't know if I would have paid. Yeah, I would have paid $150. I would have totally paid $150 for this. This is awesome. It's lovely. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Oh, we got a little dark, didn't we? Sorry about that. All right, well, that's pretty much it. I'm not a big fan of that either. All right, we'll go back to that. I just wanted to show you what I got in place of the last couple I've been using. It is amazing. It's awesome. And if you get a chance to get one, I would. Thanks for watching. It's been swell, but the swelling's gone down. Still working on that one, right? It's been swell, but the swelling's gone down. Thanks for watching. Bye.